Welcome back to the Day Night Show matches. I'm going to be casting this afternoon with Covert Muffin on Game of Heart of the Swarm, unlike the previous one, which was in Legacy of the Void. If you didn't see that, watch it. It was kind of interesting. But that stated, we're going to be casting Fenton versus Loopyloo. This is going to be a best of 5. I would like you two gentlemen to let me know your rank, your race, your region, and most importantly, if you're keeping track of WCS this weekend, regardless of whether it's Archon or not, who is your favorite to win?
Okay. Who starts?
Whoever has an answer first.
Oh gosh. Go Loopy.
Yeah.
All right, fine. All right, so I am currently silver, random player, hoping to get back into gold after a long hiatus. In the Europe region, and WCS. I haven't been following it, but I'm gonna answer anyway. Who are the main guys in WCS right now?
If you're talking about the people that, like, you've got Jadong, you got Pole Hydra, probably the biggest names, and then you've got like Bunny, who's done really well. Firecake's in it.
I'm just gonna guess Crank.
Rhett. Crank is not there.
Damn,
No,
Scarlet.
Scarlet
No.
is in the Archon thing
Da-
with
alright,
Puck,
yes.
so that qualifies. You can do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Scarlet.
yeah.
Qualifies.
There you go. There's an answer. Good
Excellent.
enough.
Fantastic.
So hey everyone, I'm Fenton. Silver, Protoss, North America. I really like Pult. I don't know. I haven't followed it at all, to be honest, but Pult's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, and he's still playing real well. Like, it's pretty impressive to watch him, honestly. If you catch some of his games if you can. It's pretty good stuff. And
There's this.
Oh, Bert isn't always here. I'll let him answer too. Go ahead.
Oh, hey. So I'm Covert Muffin. I'll be playing tomorrow, but today I'm casting. So I'm a player in the NA region. I am currently Diamond. I probably should be Masters if I played ladder games, but I don't because I'm lazy. I play all 3 races, bad at all 3 races, and yeah, Pult. Oh my god, like holy crap. So like there's this one game where Pult was playing against an awesome Terran player. I forget who it was. I think it was Marine Lord, and he got like a BC up. And Marine Lord had like a Thor, a ton of tanks, a ton of Hellions, and he was like pushing them hard. But Pulse got his BC away with like 10 hit points, and then was able to destroy like Marine Lord's entire army because he took out all of his anti-air with like
Nice.
1 BC. It was pretty epic, and then came back to win the game. It was unbelievable.
Cool. There was actually a similarly good game. Look up the series between Jadong and Stardust. Jadong basically, in short, he plays baseball with Stardust's face for half the game. And then at the end of it, Stardust is doing that thing where he's like probably about to lose, but he's not 100% certain, so he's running all of the remainder of his army around the map and blowing stuff up. And then he manages to build just enough Archons that he kills literally everything Stardust has. It was just like, the casters are in total bafflement. They're like, what? Okay.
Do you remember that? Like,
at the end of it, like Stardust was just giggling because it's like, what? Okay.
did you see the MVP Squirrel series from Wings of Liberty, where they played on this like the largest map Blizzard ever made? And so literally you control half the map, your opponent controls half the map, and every single match lasts like over 30 minutes.
Oof.
And he just Archon toileted like 30 BCs or something. It was something ridiculous like that.
I think I remember that. Yeah, actually. There were some amazing like collections of Archon toilets videos, essentially, from back then. Let's see if I can dig one up later.
Boom.
But in any case, that is out of the way, so we should move on now to map picks. As always, I would like you guys to play rock, paper, scissors via the chat system, and whoever wins gets to decide if they would like to veto first or second. Because this is a best of 5, you will only veto 1 map each. Oh, the thing is, Covert actually won, but since he's not participating, it doesn't help him anymore.
Yes!
You both tied with Rock, so go again.
Okay.
I knew it.
He gathers more data for his study of how to do people with rock, paper, scissors.
Most
Anyway, Fenton stays on rock. Loopyloo wants a paper. So Loopy, what would you like
No.
to do?
Sure, I'll veto first. Why not?
Okay.
Ooh.
Alright. Get rid. I'm just gonna throw out Inferno Pools.
Okay.
Let's get rid of Cactus.
Okay. And now that means our map pool is Coda, Echo, Expedition, Vani, and Iron. What would you like to plan first, Loopy?
I would like to play on Echo first.
Okay. Second.
Iron.
Third.
Cactus.
Cactus is vetoed.
Damn
Third.
it.
So what would you like to say?
Wait, what two are vetoed? We got Inferno Pools gone and Cactus gone. Okay, so Echo,
Yeah,
then
so
Iron. Alright, I've used my fingers on the screen. There we go.
Okay.
It makes things easier. Echo first. I've lost track of everything.
Okay.
Wait, what
Echo,
second?
Iron,
Echo,
and then you have Coda,
Echo,
Expedition,
Iron.
or Vani.
And those two are gone. Okay, perfect. I've caught up now.
You're like guy half.
Varney. Varney.
Yes.
Yeah, I am that guy.
Okay.
Alright.
What would you
Coda.
like for number 4? Coda. Okay, and then 5 is Expedition.
Yeah, I didn't have to choose that one.
So game 1 is on Echo. That was entertaining. As always, I'd like to remind you guys that you may return for the post-game interview afterwards. We specifically asked that the winner do so if you have time. If you lose, that's okay. You can just hang out and watch, or you can come back and talk to us. We'd like that too. So, good luck.
Thanks.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
fun.
Miss you.
Bye.
Ew. I'm just kidding. Dude, I love those guys. They're great.
Yes. Echo. Echo. Echo.
Yes.
Echo.
Echo.
Echo. Echo. Echo.
Echo, Iron, Vani, and then I lost the last two.
I haven't. So it's Echo, Iron, Vani, Coda, and Expedition.
Excellent. Okay.
So
Good,
you
I'm
get
glad.
Vani. Vani gets to be played.
Yes!
Yes, I know
Yes!
you're happy about that.
Oh man, I'm elated right now.
You get so salty whenever anyone vetoes it. You're like, why?
Yeah, I get so I think like emotionally moved is like the proper terms. I just like tears start slowly pouring down my face. I'm kind of glad the Skype key calls are up instead of video because then people could see the tears running down my face each time. And that one time when I personally banned Vani from the map pool, oh man, that was rough.
That was hard to do, but you had to do it right.
Yep, never
And
gonna be the
victory.
same. Oh man. All right, so it looks like we're just gonna jump right into it.
Yeah, looks like we got a casual PV dice.
Boom.
Mm.
Yeah, on Echo too, which is interesting map. Lots of ramps everywhere.
Yeah, this is fun for Protoss if you can get up to Colossus and force fields. Oh,
Ooh.
so many good ways to cut people up.
Yeah, and like Time Warp 2 is absolutely amazing on this map. I've been in some sticky situations when I've been trying to run away from a person with an amazing Time Warp.
Yeah. But you know, there's fun locations for proxies. There's all sorts of stuff you can do here. You can just play standard. Like it's
Yeah.
a very flexible map, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Why don't you start us off with again?
Sure thing. In the top left part of the map, we have our yellow Zerg player. It is none other than Loopyloo.
Yeah. And in the bottom right corner, we have, from the ever so illustrious DJ clan, trying to uphold his honor, it's Fenton FS.
LFC.
LFC.
Incorporated.
Oh, yeah, not Fenton FS. Oh, man, this is tricky. So I know Fenton in
Actually,
real life.
what do those actually stand for? I'm curious. Like the FS and LFC.
So it's something soccer related. We'll have to ask him in the post game interview, but it's definitely he's a huge soccer fan.
Oh, so those are his favorite clubs, I'm taking?
Yeah, I'm guessing. I'm guessing.
Right.
He explains it to me like every single time, and then I just forget.
You don't have a personal relationship with the topic. It's tough to be able to like figure out what it even means.
Yeah.
The reason I
Exactly.
even know that terminology is because I had a cousin who was super into soccer. That
Oh,
I
wow.
hung out with all the time. He would make me play. It was super bad. It was awful.
Oh, excellent. Oh man. So it looks like both players opening pretty standard to start. It'll be interesting if we see Loopy go for. Oh, he looks like he's gonna go for the hatch first play.
Saving up those minerals. Yep, there he's going for it. Fenton's not doing any crazy forge shenanigans, so we won't see any cannon rush response to this or anything. So turns out to be a good choice, I think, for our Zerg.
Yeah, boom. Yeah, just straight up 2 pylon, 1 gateway, 1 gas. Yeah, both of these players. It's interesting too because they've met each other twice in the best of series.
I know what's happening. Fenton's rolling dice. He doesn't know if his opponent's Zerg.
Oh.
So he's using a generic opener, but I don't know if he's going to be so happy when he finds out that he doesn't have a wall up. So
yeah, the nice thing is that we're seeing the Overlord moving in now. What I'd really like to see if you like planted down some sort of early expansion, because then he can defend with a photon overcharge. Because the Zerg player opened up with hatch first, he's not going to have some sort of early roach like cheese or early Zergling cheese, like a 10 pool might or something. Ooh, nice. Yeah, and we see the 3rd pylon, and he's going to see this Overlord floating over this pylon.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, he's got a setup that works, though. I mean, at some level, you always have that moment, though, whenever you're facing a random player. You're like, okay, I kind of have to, can't be too crazy with what I do, or I just have to roll the dice, so to speak.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Oh.
You see him now, and you're like, okay, hopefully this was his plan from the get-go. It's like,
wow. Yeah, yeah, and also, like, look at this. He's not getting warp gate tech. Oh, no, there it goes. Oh, okay. All right, I thought he was going to open with some sort of, like, Zealots, like, 2-stalker. So you can, like, delay warp gate tech and get out an extra stalker and, like, put a lot of pressure. So if the Zerg player takes an early 3rd, you're, like, guaranteed to kill it because the speed of the gateway. But, oh, it looks like he's going to pick up this early Overlord scout from Loopy.
Oh, that's frustrating. And Loopy's actually already kind of little supply blocked at the moment. Not that badly, but not as much as he will be in a moment. Frank! No! Frank! Oh, there he goes. Exploded into blood. Giant balloon.
Oh, wow. And we see, even before an expansion going down, a forge and an extra gateway being placed by Fenton. Wonder what he's going to try and do with this.
Well, he hasn't gotten into Loopyloo's base at all yet. I wonder if that's just a precaution on his part.
Oh, that's true. Oh, and now we see the Nexus going down. And getting started on +1 attack immediately when that forge finishes. Excellent. Yeah, it looks like we're going to head into a little bit of a macro game here.
Yep. I mean, this wasn't the fastest expansion off of Fen, so Loopy doesn't exactly feel pressure to necessarily pick up his 3rd right away, though probably still going to be thinking in those directions pretty soon. And here comes the usual Ling poke. What do you have? What? Okay, bye.
Yeah,
we checking. Don't murder me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and especially because he doesn't have any sort of early speed tech also coming out. He's favoring spending gas on roaches and roach upgrades, which is interesting. We see 5 roaches coming out onto the field shortly. I wonder if he's going to try and poke down the front with these.
Yeah, that's not going well.
Oof, yeah. And with a Sentry, a Stalker, and a Zealot, and a Mothership Core back home, I'm not sure that Loopy, if he tries to move out with these roaches, if they'll be able to do much.
It doesn't look like he intends to do that, actually, so far. Just kind of hanging
that's
back.
good. Yeah.
And spreading his creep. Wouldn't be surprised to see him pick up a 3rd. Because, from a Protoss perspective, when you're in this position, you're kind of thinking to yourself, I probably can't leave right now. It's like it's a little bit too bare bones as far as defenses go.
Right.
You see Lings like wandering around. You're thinking, well, I could come out there, but looks like he is going for Robotech.
Yeah, this is kind of like an interesting read. Like, he didn't even scout his opponent going roaches, right? Like, if we look at Fenton's cam specifically, we see that he hasn't gotten any scouting information. He doesn't know if his opponent has a 3rd, if he has 2 bases, or what. He's just trying to go purely off of what he's seen. And we see the hallucinated Phoenix just moving out now.
Exactly. So I'm actually curious, from your perspective, when you're playing against randoms, how do you like to approach it?
So I'm really confident in my openings. Usually I only make very minor adjustments based on the races I'm playing against. So the first like 5 to 10 minutes of my games are always the same. And then based on some like late scouting information I get from early aggression or moving a probe after I build my first gateway, for example, in Fenton's position, then I'm just sort of able to be like, oh, like I should go Stargate instead of Robo here, or oh, I should go double upgrades instead of single upgrades, etc., etc. So like specifically in Fenton's case, I sort of like this. I would have liked to see him move out with like that early Zealot Stalker Mothership core after he killed off the to scout for a third, but yeah. No, this is looking great. From both parties. Looks like Loopy's getting a pretty scary amount of roaches, and they're up on 1-1, and Layer's just finishing, so he can actually continue this early double upgrade lead, and we see +2 attack just getting started now, and rogue speed.
I'm muted, Zero. Don't do that. Oh no! Oh God, no! All right, sorry about that. Yeah, the phone's actually like halfway across my house, but everything echoes in this place. So, what can you say?
Oh man.
Anyway, yeah, Protoss building up his forces, getting upgrades. Same with some of the Zergs moving out now.
Yeah, wow, and I'm really scared for Loopy in this position because if he loses all of these roaches, Fen is matching him on the same amount of economy and upgrades. So
tech advantage. Zero mortals.
Yeah, he's got
hurt. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he sees it and he's like, never. Well.
Uh-oh.
I think he's just kind of keeping an eye on this location, but seeing those two immortals, hopefully he doesn't decide, oh, those look like juicy targets. I can stab myself to death on.
I actually really like Loopy's response to this. We see Loopy not only establishing a third, but also a fourth. He says, hey, I'm really high on minerals, and I don't think I can beat down my opponent's front with this number of roaches. So I'm going to leave these roaches out because I have the mobility advantage with roach speed just finishing up, and then I'm going to expand behind this twice. So he can keep building up his army, he can keep getting upgrades, all the while securing map advantage, map control, and watching for when the Protoss Death Ball of Immortals, Zealots, and Stalkers moves out.
Well, I think Fenton suspects that he might be able to take this army, and he's starting to walk out there and try and take a look at it.
Oh yeah, and we see charge only 15 seconds away, so this could be really devastating.
Kind of anti-timing here, attacking a little bit before that actually comes down. Guardian Shield pops up.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, there we go. I was actually kind of surprised he was doing that in the first place, taking a lot of free damage, but the roaches are taking some serious hits here, and with those two immortals at the back of it, it's just like having those colossi that you can't reach. It's just going to pick the army down.
Oh, we see some extra army units for Fenton just sitting at his front. Oh man, hopefully he brings those in. Oh yeah, he's doing a smart thing and backing off here.
Yeah, he's just retreating up to him, and there's no third yet, so Loopyloo's going to be like, okay, I've got an opportunity to do damage to a thing that doesn't exist. Wait a minute, the Protoss' expansion is really late. And then that's when you go, nyah, 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 nyah.
Wow, and we see 3 more warp gates finishing for Fenton. He's really going to be able to reinforce his...
Yeah, he's going to have to make something happen, though, just because of how much time he's taken on picking this up. And
wow, and the Observer's giving him all the information he needs. He says his time is now, and he's going to engage his army directly at the front. Oh,
nice fight there. Loopyloo is actually... Oh, he's already up at 65 workers. I was actually thinking, oh, it's kind of odd that he hasn't saturated these, but there he goes, transferring workers now. So that economy's going to get rolling. But here comes the army of Fenton.
Wow, and we see Hydralisks also coming out of Loopy. But yep, here we go, another engagement down at this bottom side.
Listen, watching. The South's going to complete surround and everything dies.
Oh, yeah, and here we go. We see Fenton now moving out on the map. All the roaches are dead, and these Hydralisks coming out of Loopy aren't going to be able to get much work done without the roaches in order to tank them, and Fenton just marching straight down the center. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yep, he's seeing him. He's trying to kite. Can't really kite charge lots very well. Ticks off one Hydra, and there's just nothing here. This is awful for our Zerg player.
Ooh, I like this decision to not just immediately go up to the front and sort of try and charge down and take out this third. We see a proxy pylon just going down for Fenton, so that means he's not going to be able to reinforce his army very quickly. So if Loopy's able to mass up enough units in time, he might be able to defend this other third base.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate for Fenton that he won for this particular base, as it was really not, I think, the center of the mining that was going on. So it's just mostly over here. You can see it's starting to build up the gases there as well. And it really should swing up and hit that too.
Oh,
It's
man.
like he's just going to hang out.
Yeah, and now the Zerg has just caught up on upgrades. Fenton had the 2-2 upgrade advantage, but wow, this is a scary number of Zealots. We see 18 Zealots at the front of Loopy's base with these 3 Immortals. Oh,
Yep.
man. That's
The proxy
terrifying.
pylon's up too. So you can really he can really continue. But yeah, he's realizing he needs a third now. He's throwing that down.
Excellent. We see 2 more Immortals coming to join this army at the front. Oh, man, this is going to be really devastating if Fenton decides
Oh,
to try
so much damage. Here he goes.
+3 attack, just finishing. Oh, man. Oh, we see him being a little hesitant. Oh, I hope he sends a unit. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, he's so close to scouting that base.
No, those 4 roaches are going to be like, oh, cool, you're just kind of sitting in the middle of my vision. Huh, interesting. There's probably nothing at home.
See a counterattack from Loopy going to try and march up the natural, but this 1 Immortal and this cannon are going to be able to clean this up super easy. Fenton now bringing his Observer to the front, too, are going to be able to pick off some
Yeah, too much defenses here. So that goes down. And as a result, Fenton's going to walk into the base, and a lot of the Zealots are actually just not at the front for some reason.
Uh-oh, yeah.
Trading a little inefficiently there. But
yeah.
move command.
Oh, excellent. There we go. He's correcting his concave now. He's so much damage out of these Immortals and Stalkers. Uh-oh.
Yeah, the Immortals, they're still there. They got really no deep, nothing to cover for them, actually. Wow. Oh, brutal.
Yeah, we see... Ooh, some reinforcing Zealots now in order to allow these Stalkers to deal some extra damage, but you were absolutely right there. The moment that Zealot line just sort of evaporated, all of the Immortals and Stalkers were set at the mercy of this Hydro Roach army. Oh, here comes another warping of Zealots. Wow, this is really nice reinforcement from Fenton to continue the aggression, but we see a bajillion...
the Hydras.
Oh, man.
That critical mass achieves, and no gateway army is going... No gateway warping, rather, is going to be able to deal with that. And it goes down. It looks like that reinforcing pylon's going to be out of here soon as well.
Yeah, and it looks like now that Fenton is actually mined out in his main, even though he wasn't macroing behind this to establish his third, he's just going to be able to straight up almost fully saturate that mineral line at the third by moving the probes that weren't doing anything in his main.
Yep. Loopyloo is in a position now where I think he should reconsider picking up his 4th, maybe even a 5th. You shut down that much gas from a Protoss army, and they're going to have to kind of chill for a little bit. You can also see from his actually really good Overlord placement, he can tell that third's just been established. Nice.
Yeah, well,
sneaking Changeling in there.
Yeah, this is a really nice mark of a great Zerg player is using those Overlords to gain scouting information for the entire game. Even though he lost Overlords at the front pretty continuously throughout this game, he's been repopulating them all around the map in order to see every single square inch to tell exactly what Fenton is and isn't doing. Really nice play from me.
Yeah, and definitely. And it is one of those things, too, that I know a couple of times I've experimented with Zerg. I mean, you think about creep spreads, you think about injects, and all that stuff's kind of present in your mind, but the Overlord coverage is actually something that's easy to just kind of forget about the first time especially when you're just learning Zerg. I think I definitely agree with you. That's definitely a mark of a really good player.
Yeah. And Fenn's upgrades are actually super amazing. We see +3 attack, +3 armor, and 1 shield. And now he's recognizing, holy crap, I have a lot of gas. I really love this play to get the Templar Archives to sort of mitigate a lot of that gas into getting Archons or High Templar for Storm.
Yeah, I think that's definitely really good here. And he's definitely going to need some kind of AoE. Oh, we have Speed Overlords now. Man, those things book. Those things just book.
Dude, Tokyo Drift Overlord style.
Man. Float through the air and they're going they're all buggy, so they're going making noises themselves.
Yeah. I also I'm really impressed by both of these players, right? I'm getting nerd chills thinking about this. We saw Fenton losing his entire army by attacking Loopy's front. And we saw Loopy losing all of his roaches and one of his bases, but neither player is freaking out in this situation. They said, okay, what do I do now that we've sort of equalized out? Well, it's time to macro. It's time to reestablish my base from Loopy. And Fenton, it's time to get my gateway presence back up on this map. And so both players have been continuing to get upgrades, continuing to get tech. There, a lot of times with lower league players, after a huge engagement, they feel sort of paralyzed with what to do next.
And it's interesting for Loopyloo. He's like, yeah, he has a few more army units, but he's mostly just focusing on getting up to what looks like Ultralisks and Corruptors, maybe with the potential of Broodlords later on. But yeah, I like this. It's going to be expensive though, especially the Ultralisks. He might kind of end up with the army he can't replace.
Yeah, wow, that's certainly true. And we see so much money in the bank for Loopy. And now that Fenn's starting to move out, this is an extremely scary time.
Oh, Nidus Worm is a nice way to make it use some of the Overlords. But yeah, I think Fenton kind of repopulated his army a little bit quicker. Now Loopy has an issue.
Yeah, wow, and with so many Overlords all over the map, the possibilities of where to plant this Nidus Worm is going to be so devastating. We see nicely positioned Overlords in either corner here. So he has the chance in order to Nidus the main, Nidus the third, Nidus the natural. Whatever place is open, he's going to Nidus. Oh, 43 roaches!
Okay, well, he's recognizing the threat, and he's saying, you know what, I can build Ultralisks later. Let's get some roaches. And I need those roaches yesterday. Now, unfortunately, the roaches are going to come out into the middle of this ball, but exactly at the right time to get a really good concave.
Wow, it's going to really come up to these storms!
Eon storms! Holy cow, those look awesome. Alright. Yeah, you know what, there was a lot of storm damage, but nothing that was really hurt is being focused down at all. And as a result, the Zerg just crushes this army.
Wow, what a concave from Loopy there to get the maximum damage potential out of his entire army, and in one engagement, he sweeps a victory. Loopy going up.
Absolutely perfect. Like, if he had built those roaches even a second later, they could have been focused down before they grouped together.
Yeah, that's so right. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, that was intense. That was amazing. No, I also really like that decision to get roaches instead of Ultralisks in that case, because if we think about it, right, he's been getting range upgrades throughout the entire game. And so if he had gone for Ultras and they would have popped in time, they might not have been as resource efficient. But he said, no, like, crap, I'm lower on supply in terms of army. I'm just going to pump out as many roaches as possible. I recognize the high gateway army count, and roaches are amazing in that situation. Wow, really, really nice decision-making out of both players. Next map is Iron
Spring creepily in the background. Oh, you want to know what the... Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, the second map is Iron Fortress.
Yeah.
Yeah, Loopyloo took game one. Do either of you guys actually remember how the previous two matches went? Because off the top of my head, it's not coming for some reason. I want to say Fenton, I believe, picked up both of them.
Ooh, I don't know. No, I think Loopy actually picked up both of them. Yeah, we see Blackstar saying 2-0 Loopy, 2-1 Loopy.
Oh, never mind. Okay, huh.
Because last...
oh, yeah, I'm thinking of a different series, my bad. But yeah,
Yeah, I think... But they were, like, really close. Like, the second series, I remember being, like, insane. It was just, like, very minor things. Oh, man. I'll take Muffin.
I'm actually curious. By the way, what is the name of your guild?
Oh, my guild? Oh, it's what is it? Oh, it's really... Yeah, that's what it is. It's Hydration Bakery.
I like it.
So, if you guys are frequenters to the stream, but not my own, I stream 5 nights a week. And on Fridays, I do this stream called Hydration Fridays, where me and Araswap, who's a fellow Day Knight, play through Star Wars The Old Republic. And my character's name is No Pants, No Problem, and we play a hydration game, which is like a drinking game, but you can choose whatever beverage you want. You don't need to drink alcohol with us.
For sure.
Yeah, and then so we came up with a guild, and I decided to call it Hydration Bakery. I'm like, I think my rank as the leader is called the Grand Pants Poobah. Oh my goodness. Alright, spawning in the bottom right corner, on this 4-player map, we have the player who went up 1-0 in the first game. It is none other than the Zerg Loopyloo.
Oh. Wait. Did Fenton announce his race in the first game?
Whoa.
I guess they both did. So cool. We don't have to worry about the random shenanigans. They know this is a ZVZ sent. Fantastic. Cool.
Wow, that's so good manners.
It's very polite. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Boom. Would you like to introduce our top right player, Omega?
Absolutely. We have our purple Zerg player. It is Fenton LFC.
Yeah.
From DJ.
Wow. So, Fenton's main race is Protoss, and then whenever he picks a different race, it's because he's trying to do pure shenanigans. So, I'm kind of scared to see what happens.
Kind of worried about Loopy though, huh? Just a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Well, the thing is, in both cases, it looks like they're going to scout second, so nothing different as far as the information for both players.
Yeah, we see a early spawning pool first coming out of Fenton. This is actually the safer of the two builds. Whereas when you open up hatch first and you get rushed by your opponent, you actually need like perfect worker micro in order to stave it off. But getting a pool first opens you up to the possibility of defending with that first queen with the second queen behind, getting that larva inject sooner so you can populate with Zergling sooner, and then of course because the spawning pool is finishing earlier, you also can have Zergling support and spine problems.
If I do believe I remember that if you go in the case where you go pool and then hatch and then the other person goes hatch and then pool, that ultimately they end up in kind of a similar place, but maybe with the person who won hatch is maybe just like a drone more.
Yeah, I think it's a one larva advantage if you go hatch first into double queen.
So
I think it's
So so those two builds, when a rush is not involved, they end up being pretty similar.
Right, exactly. And so So my main race is Zerg, and so when I was like really training hard in order, I had like a 90% win rate all the way up until I started playing like GMs when I first did my run through, and like. The reason was because I always opened pool first. And everybody's like, ooh, hatch first is technically better. It's like, nah. And so when you get like cheese at higher level, just like pool first makes it so easy to defend everything.
It's like, yeah, it's technically better, but I don't need that advantage.
Yeah.
It's not necessary. It's just like me with heroes. Actually, whenever anyone's like, Nova doesn't do the most damage or whatever, I'm like, I don't need the most damage. I just need enough to kill you.
Yeah,
I have that either way.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing is when like heroes players, the really salty ones, are just like, oh, looking at the stats, I'm truly a superior player than you. You're like, okay, man. Uh-oh.
This is freezing for you too. Oh no! Ah.
Vader, no! Oh man, I don't know. I think one of my favorite parts about like Blizzard communities. No, just Loopy. Hashtag Europe. Is that like in every single game, similar to something I've seen out of Blizzard, like the community is usually like far more awesome. Like I remember when StarCraft was like really popular, like the community in general was like just everybody was super nice. And then if people didn't feel like being social and nice on the ladder, then they just didn't say anything. Whereas like in like MOBAs and stuff like Dota and League, we see a lot of cases where people are not.
Inside joke. Inside joke. All right. I doubt anybody else here is gonna get it. That's kind of sad. All right.
Let's draw 5 more cards. We need an arena.
All right. So I'll explain that in a second. Anyway, yeah, we'll have to resume. We'll have to recover game for this one, which is unfortunate. It happens. What can you do?
Yeah.
We will continue.
Yeah, guys, don't go anywhere. We're going to get this game right back on track. Super easy peasy. How you guys doing in chat? Black Star. Oh, you're awesome, man. Lecta, how are you doing tonight? Oh, yeah. Mini K. Dude, I'm still, like, a huge favor of the Cap Pride.
So, generally speaking... Oh, StarCraft crashed. That's unfortunate.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Oh, we can continue. Basically, the recover game works pretty well for getting you back into the match, but it does have two enormous downsides that you kind of have to, unfortunately, deal with. The first one is that I think it might mess up your hotkeys slightly.
Really?
I'm not 100% certain if that was like a bug that existed at the beginning, or if it's inconsistent, or if it was fixed. I remember that happening a couple times, and we haven't had to do this a lot, so that might still be a thing. But not your hotkeys, rather your control groups. I take that back. Doesn't mess up your hotkeys, messes up that.
Right. Yeah. I know what you meant. Yeah, I know exactly what you meant.
Just for anybody else who didn't. The second thing that is definitely true is like you have certain kind of rhythm in your mind when you're playing this game. Like, yeah. Okay, I just built a supply structure. I just built this production building. I just put this down. That kind of gets fuzzy. And you may, especially if you've got like a lot of adrenaline going, you might forget what you were doing. And you know, it happens. There's no way around it, sadly.
Yeah, it's so tough because I suffer from that point the most is like after it goes out of resume from replay, I'm good at figuring out exactly what I'm going to do when the game resumes. But then beyond that, like my flow for the entire game gets completely disrupted. My macro falls apart.
Yeah, you have to really. Maybe it's one of those things that would actually be worth practicing, like just getting to a certain point in a game and just recovering from recover gaming a bunch, just so you can get used to that.
Yeah, it'd be cool if, like, on ladder and stuff, they gave you that option where if one of the players dropped, they could, like, send a request to recover game or something like that. That'd be really cool. That'd be cool. But yeah, no, that's a good point.
But anyway, as to what I typed back there, there's a podcast that I like to watch for Hearthstone, and one of the guys on it was just like, come on, just go ahead. Send it to Ben Brode. Let us have 5 more cards in Arena. And one of the other hosts was like, too long.
They're never gonna read it.
Actually, it does work, by the way. That fits.
Wow! Oh, look at this! At the top right base, we see Loopyloo getting a little overzealous with the Overlord, and Ben is able to pick one up.
Yeah,
wow.
Something always happens. When you resume from replay. That gets a bit funky. You too. But we can see Loopyloo not getting tilted by it. He's having fun.
Man, yeah, this is so great seeing so much casual banter coming out of these people. We just, like, it's so easy to tell that these guys are having fun. Wow, we see a really early layer coming out of Fenton. And we see a Roach Warren going down. I wonder what he's going to do with this layer. Wow, both players actually, like, mirroring each other, like, pretty well. Oh, Loopy looks to be going double upgrades again.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. It feels like Fenton maybe a little further on in this build, though.
Wow.
Just looking at it.
Yeah, this is kind of insane. Like, they're doing nearly the exact... Wow, ooh, Loopy with a really, really early third. Holy bejujular. Oh, my goodness.
I wonder what he's basing this call on. I wonder if it's just because he got supply blocked. It actually might be.
Oh, that's entirely possible.
Sometimes you get supply blocking like, shh, expansion. Go.
Yes.
Production buildings.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, like, looking at sort of the units tab, Fenn's been ahead by, like, 10 to 13 workers pretty consistently throughout this matchup. So he's going to really have that early economic advantage, especially if Loopy's going to continue to try and drone out. If Fenn hits at the right point with enough roaches, he could deal some serious hurt.
Absolutely. I mean, again, you'll notice it right here. One supply block happens to Loopy because of that. I think because of that Overlord wandering in. And that is like a 10 supply difference. This just happens. It doesn't matter what matchup it is. Doesn't matter what the races are. It's like supply block basically creates a 10 supply difference. It's so crazy.
Wow, look at this. And Fenn is posturing himself to try and do an early Roach pushout. We see Roach speed on its way, 90 seconds away, a minute and a half. And then we see his upgrades being 60 seconds away, only a minute away. This timing is going to line up really nicely if he moves out at the correct point.
Yeah. So far, though, Fenton's just kind of hanging back. It might be waiting for roach speed before he gets booking it.
Wow, yeah, this is crazy.
And
So
now we see Loopy catching up in the worker count. It's 48 to 46 now. And getting that third started. If he waits too long, this door shuts hard on Fenton's face.
Yeah, that is a really, really good point. And we see now the 1-1 upgrades just finishing for Fenton. Unfortunately, Loopy's 1-1 upgrades are going to finish just in time as Fenton is arriving. And we see Zergling speed now just getting started and 2-2 upgrades from Fenton.
Yep, here he comes.
Here he goes.
And this does look like it's timed out so that the roach speed finishes right when he gets there.
Yeah, and we see Fenton up by 7 roaches, but down by 2 queens. So these queens could play a pivotal role in this defense for Loopy if he uses them wisely. We see the creep. Yeah, we see the creep now getting between the bases. Fenn's moving in with the Zerglings and the roaches. The Zerglings tanking a lot of those roach shots. And now we see that roach speed is done. Fen is going to be able to get into a really nice position with these roaches. 20 roaches coming out of Loopy. Are they going to finish in time?
You know, I think either way, there's just kind of a... That looked like it was just almost way too one-sided. There's a really good concave for Fenton, but, you know, he's just parking here. Come on, get moving, do something. There you go.
There we go. Oh, and he's catching these roaches now just coming out of the natural hatchery. These are going to be a free pickup with the excellent concave. And now the...
more stuff. Oh, he's trapped in the back of the base. Oh, there goes his positioning. There's nothing else coming across the map either. It looks like Fenton didn't rally his units across. So, it's going to be trapped in the back with the Supreme Defender's advantage.
Wow, yeah, exactly. And now that Fenton wasn't actually able to do any sort of significant economic damage, he only picked up 1 queen from that entire engagement. We see now that Loopy, with the drones, with the 3 bases, even though Fenton has more workers, it's just because he has more workers in gas. Loopy, with a strong gas lead, is going to mineral lead, is going to be able to punch out even more roaches. But we see Fenton now just finishing 2-2 upgrades. Maybe this will be able to warrant him some advantage with Hydralisk tech not far behind.
Yeah, he still has. I think he definitely has a chance to go for another attack here and see if he can try and make something work again. Loopy, he's checking around. He's trying to see. Do you have a third? What kind of shape am I in? I don't mind him posturing forward with the army, but like if he sees that this third's just on the way, and if he like checks around, like is he actually expanding? He's a lot better off not attacking.
Oh man, yeah, I'm actually really worried about this roach army moving out because they don't have roach speed. And we see Fenton with both Zergling speed and roach.
Oh no, he's just gonna walk up and kill it. Yes. Oh boy.
Oh, let's see, Fenton moves his army out in time, and the Hydralisk's just popping. He's gonna cancel the third and save most of the minerals. And no,
he's gotta run. Those lings are trapping him here. He's not getting out.
Oh man, we see Fenton with a superior speed, superior army is just gonna flush this off the surround.
Cuts him off and forces him to stay.
Man, yeah, looking at the units lost tab just tells the entire story here. Fenton with excellent engagements so far in this game, besides losing his army at Loopy's base, is just so amazingly far ahead. But now, like, because he's not moving out, Loopy's actually going to catch up in upgrades and Hydralisk tech. Oh, man.
+2 tech finishing for Loopyloo. Otherwise, I mean, his economy's still kind of not been dealt with. He still has a decent lead there. But yeah, Fenton, I'm surprised he's still sitting back passively, honestly.
Man, if he just, like, moved out right now, he would be able to just, like, break down his opponent's third, break down possibly his opponent's natural.
He's thinking about it. There we go.
Here we go. Here we go. Because now that Loopy's trying to spend most of his gas into Hydralisks, and Fenton is up 2-2 upgrades to 2-1, and he's hitting just before Loopy's 1-1 is finishing, he's going to be able to march up to this third and just absolutely obliterate it.
Only Hydra's here for Loopy. Yeah, he's going to have to sacrifice this. Maybe run the workers away. Oh, too late for that. Okay. This is going to be a bunch of dead Zerg units in a second.
Wow, and see, once again, Loopy trying to get out roaches in time, but I'm afraid these 10 roaches coming out to match Fenton's 33. Oh, no! No, Fenton, don't do that!
Oh, he's gonna leave. Too
No.
bad. This Overlord's like, please don't shoot me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Actually, a little bit surprised he hasn't tried to clean up all the vision on this this lane. There you go.
Boom. Yeah, we see now Loopy's excellent overlord positioning once again is just really spot on. Like, I can't talk about how amazingly impressive this is, especially for a Silver League player. And he said he's trying to get into gold again. Even for a Gold League player, we don't see stuff like this. Like, this is really awesome.
You'll know, like, if you just look at his vision, he sees pretty much everything. Like, it's at least all the key points around the map. He's got both the lanes that come to his base covered. He's got something on each of the bases, so he knows his opponent isn't ninjing, and he knows that there's no fourth yet. Like, he just... The only problem that he has is that all that knowledge doesn't save him from that army if it comes over.
Wow, yeah, and I actually kind of like this move out of Fenton. Like, move back, clear some vision, establish my third, and then go up to high tech for those 3/3 upgrades.
Yeah. It should be the nail in the coffin if he goes for it. Oh, there's the 3 spy changelings just hanging out.
Yeah, and just looking at the supply differential.
He's spreading different units.
Yeah.
Oh, the cheekiness.
Oh, man. Yeah, and the supply differential really tells an amazing story, right? Like, Fen is ahead by 9 workers currently, but that being said, there's a huge differential of about 50 supply. So that's 41 supply of army that Fen has over his opponent.
Oh, man, and his 3 changelings just let him know. He's like, oh, by the way, there's a giant ball of death coming at us. Boss?
Oh, man. Loopy taking a bajillion bases. I'm afraid it's still not going to be enough. Oh, but Loopy's moving up. If he gets a bitter concave here, he might be able to spell doom for his opponent. And
the thing is, though, his opponent is not. He's going to negate that just by walking within range of everything.
Yeah, wow. Oh, man, Fen's army just shredding through everything. He's shredding more units than a corrupt corporation trying to paper shred all of their documents before the police bust them.
That he is.
And we see now Fenton moving in his army, getting a nice concave around the hatchery, around the drones.
Gee.
And Loopy's going to tap out Fenton, playing his off race, but bringing it back in order to tie up the series 1-1. Very, very nice. Early roach aggression and continued army and tech advantage throughout the entire game. Wow.
Yep. There's the ringing again. I'll mute myself.
Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. Doo-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Yeah, wow. In just a bit, we're going to see our third game being played on Vani Research Station.
Megaphone.
Doo-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding. Megaphone. I've got this feeling. It's so mega appealing. Bonnie.
He said it. He said it a second ago. What's wrong with you?
My list wasn't filled out. My bad.
So Fenton doing pretty well here.
Yeah. I'm amazed by both players. They're showing I think they're kind of lying when they're saying they're Silver League players. These matches have been pretty great.
So we're 1-1 right now?
Yes, indeed.
Sure. Yeah.
Man, yeah. In that first game, oh, man. We saw great overlord position and great reinforcement defensive potential coming out of Loopy in order to take down that gateway-heavy army from Fenton as the Protoss player. But then, in this third game, Fenton sort of turned it around by getting that early jump on the roach count and early jump on upgrades in order to be able to clinch out a pretty strong and convincing game all the way through and through.
I'm also noticing that just in a lot of those fights, he was really establishing good positioning until that moment where he got a little bit too ahead of himself and sort of backed himself into the corner of Loopy's natural. But like you could tell what he was trying to do there. If his numbers were vastly superior, then he can just kind of wrap around the hatchery, and it worked out just fine at the end when he did the exact same thing. But
Yeah, that's a good point.
and then yeah, he saw that he had the potential for not having a good concave up that fight over by the third, and he just walked in close. It's like I know I beat this if all of my stuff's firing, so it doesn't matter if I take a few shots from a move command.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like the same sort of logic from like Blink Stalker Micro, right? Like you always blink backwards in order to continuously establish a superior concave. But then we see that blinking forward when he knows he has the guaranteed army advantage. That's a really tough call too to make. Like,
or when you know that your opponent's army advantage is contingent on a single unit. So like in the immortal that pops out, there's just one there. You know that they can't beat you otherwise. So blinking on top of it makes a lot of sense. But that is a gamble every time. Because you could just fight longer as well and probably win anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's like probably... So when I was just learning the game, like I started off as Protoss actually, and I got really frustrated because I could never expand and defend. And then it was like whenever you lose units as Protoss, it's like super punishing.
Yep.
Oh, man.
That's all true. And
Thunk,
on
thunk.
top of that, construction.
Thunk, thunk.
Thunk.
By the way, LFC is Liverpool Football Club.
I figured.
I knew it.
I figured. I didn't know if it was that one specifically, but like probably a UK soccer fan. Yep.
Yeah, boom.
There you go.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. We're jumping into my favorite map here. So I'm going to start us off spawning in the top position. We see the match reversal. Loopyloo now giving Protoss a chance. It's our yellow Protoss player, Loopyloo.
Bottom of the map, we have his opponent rolling the Terran pieces. This time it is Fenton LFC.
I think I just like triply introduced the Loopy there. I was like, and Loopyloo now spawning in the top position as the Protoss player switching his race up Loopyloo. It's Loopyloo. Surprise, surprise.
Loopyloo.
Hashtag nailed it.
Hashtag Loopyloo.
I just wanted to make sure you guys actually knew he's playing this game. So be like, wait, what? Loopyloo's playing? Like, oh man, he's amazing. It's hard to believe that.
Hashtag Loopyloo.
Hashtag Fenton. Guys, we're gonna go viral with that.
Valentine's Day came early, sad face from movie. Is that Two-Face? Is that the... Really happy, really angry? I mean, really sad. There's your alternate dimension version of Two-Face. Half of them's just really sad instead of really angry.
Or he's got this really weird beard thing going on where he's got like 2 random spots of hair like on the sides of his chin. It's like the new fashion statement. Zero Lambda with the beard fashion. He's a beard hipster. That's Zero Lambda.
So is a beard hipster somebody that has like the long barbarian beard, or the person that is bald?
And completely clean shaven.
Oh yeah, no, I think that's actually a great question.
Which one's more hipster, really?
I don't know how defensive is he about his new beard style. Oh man, so out of both players we see, so from Loopyloo we see a pretty like standard gateway first, getting 1 gas in order to be able to get that expand rolling. We see a 3rd pylon going down the cyber core for a mothership core or warp gate tech or a stalker or whatever. But out of Fenton, we see an early tech lab on a barracks, but it looks like he's going to be building marines instead of some sort of marauder. So I'm guessing he might try and get like an early stim out of this or something.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I mean, that's kind of screaming that. I mean, the question of what he's going to do. No, not stim.
Oh, interesting. Maybe he's going to try and do some sort of like 3 gateway push or something. But these gateways are kind of... I don't know.
Oh, the 2 gateway push. This could be set up for going into Stargate. Because like this, if you want to go a lot of Void Rays, you end up only having 2 Stargates that you can really use.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of a weird thing to mention because it is not really a good strategy a lot of the time. But it's fun, and it works pretty often if the person doesn't see it coming.
Yeah, boom. Actually, like, this is sort of what I love about, like, players who are in the league below Platinum, is that you'll see these really cool builds that come out of these players that you don't normally see. But we see, like, looks like Loopy's going to try some sort of 3-gate aggression, yeah.
It's definitely just 3-gate aggression. You even see this repeated Chrono Boost into the Cybercore. I guess probably should have made that even more obvious. But
I'm kind of scared for Loopy in this position because it looks like Fenton is going to have a good number of Marauders, and he has that Marauder slow done. So I feel like if Fenton builds even just like one bunker at his front, he's just going to be able to shrug this off like no problem. We see +1 upgrade to getting started by Fenton.
Okay, pylon's going down. It's hit 6 minutes already. This is just going to finish. Loopy should really be running his units down there now if he wants to go with this 4-gate strat.
Oh yeah, looks like Loopy's 4-gate push is now going to be pretty late. Usually the quickest a 4-gate can happen is at the 5-minute and 50-second mark is when the first unit and 1 warpin will move up your ramp. But now we see it's the 6:30 mark, and he hasn't begun moving up at all.
No, I mean his opponent doesn't have a bunker, which is one thing that's in his favor. But he's going to be fighting behind the wall. If he does have 3, he's going to have 3, probably like 6, maybe 5, 6 immortals, not immortals, marauders for the actual play, and that's just going to be hard to break with stalkers and zealots.
Yeah, and every single second that Loopy waits to move out, we see Fenton closely approaching this +1 upgrade. And now it's only 55 seconds away from completing, but now we see Loopy moving down this army, looking to get work done. And Fenton safely expanding in the most safest of natural bases early on. I like this play.
Is he going to have +1 when this happens? Oh, the anti-timing is real.
So close. Oh, it's going to be so close. Oh, we see a Scout Marine moving out. Oh no, he's not going to scout over there, though. He's going to just try and get this.
This could actually create a problem if he like brings his army out here to try and some other ship core. That sounds something.
Oh, now we see the army starting to move up from Loopy. No stim from Fenton. This deadly +1 attack is done, but oh no bunkers. So the Stalkers are free to shoot over this wall and deal work in this. But he has so many Marauders, which are dealing so much work to these Stalkers.
Yeah, this is probably actually too much for him to break through. But we have more reinforcements coming up here yet, so Power of Defender's advantage not really present here. Both players getting some reinforcements, but it looks like Loopyloo has enough.
Wow, yeah, we see that 1 warp and reinforcement is just enough in order to get things done. Coming out.
I understand, man, because like this does not seem like something that should have happened.
And now we see him pulling SCVs with some dropships coming in to try and get some healing done on these SCVs to help keep them alive. But we see more Stalkers coming up the ramp. One of the barracks falls now, absolutely decimating the majority of the Terran's ability to repopulate his army. And now these SCVs are just getting picked apart, and Fenn's going to tap.
GG. Loopyloo.
Yeah, going up 2-1.
Pretty risky move, though. Like, it worked out, but man, there was... I don't know if that was just a micro thing with that particular battle. Just the lack of a bunker, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. I think if Fenton had a little bit more meat in order to keep his initial army alive, or if he sent out an earlier scout and saw that army moving across the map, then he would be like, oh crap, bunkers, bunkers! And then just, like, build, like, 2 to 3 bunkers. He would have been able to establish, like, an easy-peasy defense. Because he certainly had, like, enough Marauders, and that +1 attack had just finished. Wow.
Wow, what word even is that? Okay, okay, a cowl. A cowl is... It's the opposite of ZRQ. There's almost no consonants.
Yeah.
That's the female ZRQ, it's only vowels.
Yeah. It's like ZRQXZ apostrophe, the like O with a line through it. Like, what even is that letter? And Fenton, recognizing how comfortable he was sort of with the Zerg, looks like he's going to pick up playing Zerg again as a race. Loopyloo wishing him to have fun. These guys are great. These guys are great.
Yeah, interesting from Fenton. He's in a position now where his opponent can win this game. So I do not blame him for wanting to pick a race here. Just having a strategy going into it could be really, really important to you. Though I'm a little surprised he's not picking his main.
Yeah, it looks like maybe he's been practicing a bunch more Zerg as of late, instead of that Protoss maybe. I remember him mentioning that maybe he was thinking about changing races, so I don't know, maybe Fenton's new main is now going to become Zerg. Be interesting to see. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, starting in the top left corner, we see our yellow player up 2-1 in the series, hoping to clinch the match with this game. It's none other than Loopyloo.
And in the bottom right of the map, we have his opponent. Oh, breaking out the pink for this one, we have Fenton.
Oh man, the swaggest of camera controls, the swivel, wiggle, zoom in action. Dude, shout out to Zero Lambda for observing this game. He's been doing an excellent job so far.
Very good, very good. He is very good at it, as you can see.
Spank you.
Spank you.
Spank you.
And the further we travel into the series, the more we devolve into ridiculous accents.
That's
Excellent.
fine. It's fun. Anyway, we have a spawning pool coming out absurdly early from Mr. Loopyloo, who's saying this time ain't gonna be no friendliness in this game.
Oh man, was that a 6 pool or a 7 pool?
Looking like a 7, I think.
Oh man, we see the 3 larva ready to go. We see 2 zerglings. Oh man, oh Fen, yes, he's opening pool first. He's going to be in a good posture to do this. Let's see if he's able to hold off the aggression. So, whenever you 7 pool in Zerg versus Zerg, it actually can be kind of terrifying to hold off, because oftentimes what the Zerg player will do will bring 2 drones with his Zerglings and then build 2 spine crawlers in the main. But out of Loopy, we only see 1 drone coming down. So we'll see if Fenton recognizes the 7 pool, and let's see if he's able to defend.
Yeah, this is pretty much like the original version of this move, I believe. It would just bring the single spine crawler down. That was really popular in GSL for a while. Though it does, yeah. The drone is like kind of hanging out for some reason.
Oh.
Oh.
Now out of Loopy, if he attacks his natural first, it's actually really bad. Oh man, this is a very strong play. Moving into the main of Fenton with his multitude of Zerglings, and the spine crawler goes down. Uh-oh, nice concave from the Zerglings to get some extra work done, and Fenton's losing so many drones. He's actually not... Oh no!
Oh, that's kind of it.
Oh,
and it's just over. Oh well. The horror of the Zerg.
Oh man.
Oh, that sucks.
Queen. Oh, that's rough.
Oh, brutal. Brutal. Well, GG. But yeah, I think the big thing there is just that usually the initial micro on that, isn't it? Usually the mineral walk them around to try and surround the links.
Yeah, so usually if you pull your drones back to that top mineral patch first in order to try and get the Zerglings to overcommit, then you can right-click on the bottom mineral patch and pull your drones through, get a nice surround, and then you can kill off the Zerglings.
Yeah.
And then also canceling your hatchery, throwing down a spine crawler of your own in your mineral patch to stop the Zerglings from harassing, and then just waiting for 2 queens to kill off that spine. But nice soul read.
Hello.
Indeedy.
Oh, welcome back.
I'm such a meanie bum.
That's okay. Also victorious meanie bum. There's something to be said for that.
I felt like he was being too greedy.
You wanted to check him.
Oh, yes.
You being greedy. You being greedy.
Plus, I had to game it. Hello.
Bye.
GG.
Hello, welcome back. Now, First of all, thank you both for playing. It was a pleasure to watch your series and cast it. Enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And we will just go through the games one by one and talk about them. I'll have the person that won each game start off the conversation. So for Echo, this was Loopyloo pick this one. Now, I can understand if this is all a giant blur to you because you just played like 3 different races, but still, give it your best.
So that I went. Was that that was CVP? Yeah. I just played standard that game, and oh yeah, he attacked me. Right, yeah. That game got really risky because he was on the offensive and he almost killed me, and I thought it was going to be GG right then. And then just the power of defender's advantage pushed me through. And then I was planning at the end to go because I was scared he was going to take out and counter me with Colossi, which he never did actually. But I got a changeling and saw a Robo, so in his base. So I made some corruptors and was preparing to counter Colossi. So I was going to make ultras and try and Nidus his base, and then the game ended already. So yeah. Other than that, it was quite standard.
I think that was Coda, actually.
I may have done
it? Because I thought, didn't you like wait? Okay, Fenton, help us out here. Was that game 1 or is that a different game?
That was game 1. That was game one. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fighting the. I made the ultra den, but
he made the ultra den, but he decided to repopulate instead of ultra.
That's right. That's right. Because then Fenton walked over with his army.
Yeah, the attack came before I was ready to do my plan, so I said, okay, screw it, more roaches and hydras. He doesn't have Colossi, go. And it worked out just about.
It was close.
It was close. Very long, intense game too.
Oh god, we never have games like that, and that was one of them.
Yeah, so Fenton, what did you think of that game?
I thought I did really well in the aggression. I thought that first attack, I thought I had him. And then I realized I didn't quite have enough units, and his units just kept pouring right in, so I decided I need to regroup, I need to attack, and by then my macro was starting to slip a bit, so I tried to get my army up as much as possible and then go in, and I was hoping the storms would do a little more damage, and they really didn't. And once that main second wave went down with the Archons and Templars, I knew it was over, because his macro was just better than mine at that point, and he could have just swept, so kudos to him.
Yeah. Okay, well then after that we had game 2 on Iron Fortress. Fenton, you picked up this one, so I'd like you to start us off with this one.
Yeah, so I did Zerg last time we played, and I almost beat him, and it was ZVP, and I kind of wanted to do it again. I knew my macro was going to be better, and that was really, I think, what helped a lot, because last time I had, I think, almost 4,000 to 5,000 minerals in the bank. I didn't really know what to do after my first wave, but this time I made sure keep up the pressure, disrupt the economy, just keep going, and that was a much better game for me.
Okay. What about from your perspective, Loopy?
Right, yeah. I'm never going to get so sick of we require more gas messages in this game. Oh my god. I was mining from all my gases, and still, it just seemed like I was never getting any. I was banking minerals like you said you avoided. So yeah, your macro was on point in that game. Well done, Fenton. I fell down. I kept up with upgrades because I love me some upgrades, but apparently you do too, which I appreciate because most people only get one Evo chamber. Well, maybe not Evo chamber when it's forges, one forge, etc. So yeah, it's nice to see. And yeah, we both went Roach Hydra. You just went more Roach Hydra. So yeah, that was a good game. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, it was just him out macroing me consistently.
Consistently.
Love you.
Like the way you said that. But anyway, yeah, Vonnie Research Station was the third game. So this one, yes. What was the? Yeah, talk about this one. This is when you guys started getting interesting with the matchups.
So yeah, he went random. It was just I got Protoss, he got Terran. And in the loading screen for this one, I was saying I want to do more aggression because yesterday I was practicing my aggression, advanced a little bit, but only in a Terran build. So I was really hoping I'd get Terran, and then I got Protoss, and I was like, I'm gonna do it anyway. So my strategy that game was like, I know 4 gate is apparently the aggressive Protoss build. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make 4 gateways. So I did, and then the push came kind of late, but it was good enough because he was so Marauder heavy that my mothership core was really safe. So yeah, it was just an aggressive push on my end. I don't know if anything any other interesting things happened to Fenton.
I'm actually curious how that especially how that last battle looked to you. But yeah, anything else you want to say about that game? Go ahead.
Me or Loopy?
No, you.
Yeah.
I did not want Terran at all. I went random because I couldn't decide between Zerg and Protoss, and then I got Terran. And it's been so long. I just knew, I'm like, he's probably going to make Stalkers. What's good against Stalkers? Marauders. That's all I really knew what to do. I didn't know, like, a build order. I barely knew the tech tree. It was so bad. And then, and then I saw the aggression. I was like, you got me. You got me. Because I know Loopy sometimes, me and him both like to sit and wait and counter. But that time he really forced the aggression, so good for him. That was a good move on his part.
Just like to add that Marauder wavelength of thought is still something I do today. Stalkers, Marauders, go. Oh, I made too many. Damn.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay. That leaves us with Coda.
That was nice. Nice Gouda.
Not that
Nice
you have a
Gouda.
lot to say
Nice
about that.
Nice Gouda.
I felt kind of cool after that one.
I
just
definitely
thought,
the Limburger of the cheeses, I think. Yeah, just kidding.
I just thought, like, well, as you said a second ago, we both like to sit in our bases. So I thought I'd mess with you a bit. Like last game, I thought that, but this time I thought I'd go a step further and move it from aggression to cheese. See, because I had a spare game because I was 1-up, so I was just like, if it doesn't work, I can still all in and then try and come back. If it doesn't work, I've got another game where I'll play seriously macro like I tend to, and I'm just glad it worked out.
Yeah, that completely caught me off guard. I was like, all right, it's ZBC. We're going to sit in our bases. He did his aggression game. He's probably going to chill this game. And then I'm just going to do what I did game 2. And I'll probably throw in a different unit for the heck of it. And then I saw all those lings, and I was like, oh, dear, no. Oh, no.
I'd like to ask, did that Overlord in the center see anything? Because I tried to scout around it, but my rally point was just making them walk straight past.
If it did see it, I didn't see it. Because I was so focused on doing my thing, because I figured, I'm like, he's got a game in hand, he'll take it easy, he'll probably relax. And then he just went for the nice Gouda or Swiss, and I was completely caught off guard. So good for you, man. That was pretty cool.
What a note to end our matchup on.
Hey, it works. Never stop the single Korean, even the ones you like. Just remember that. Anyway, yeah. Good job playing, guys. I enjoyed watching. And that makes us done for today. Tomorrow's matches are Otter versus Melfi. 5 p.m. PDT. 7 p.m. PDT. Oh, I skipped one. Death Row versus Covert Muffin. Woo! I didn't do that on purpose. It's just 3 p.m.
I see how it is.
3 p.m. PDT is Death Row versus Covert. 5 p.m. is Otter versus Melfi. And 7 is Elysium versus Crazy Chaos.
You're so forgettable, Muffin.
Yeah, I'm so covert.
That's what
As
he
virtual matches are.
I was gonna say, he's
Don't
the
see him
super
coming.
spy. You don't even know he's there.
Oh,
I don't
gosh.
see him coming now. I just saw Death Row standing there being like, what? And I'm like, oh, right.
Where's my opponent?
So we got Death Row playing by himself versus...
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, what are these stalkers doing here?
Wait, what the hell? There's another player in this game? What?
Oh, that would be messed up. But anyway, yeah, we're done for the rest of today. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.